viewers, welcome to my channel. It's been a while. Today we'll be illustrating on how to make a princess dart skirt. Don't forget the last time it was pleated dart skirt. We've been hearing of princess dart, and princess dart is always mainly on blouse, but today we're going to illustrate it on skirt, and it's going to show you that wonderful look like what we see on foreign skirts. You know that it's not only foreign skirt that carries a princess dart, also have it on our own. You can also stay at home and make it on your own. Just change the look of your normal dart to another dart. So it's going to give you a classy look that you can wear with your shirt, your top, corporate, anything corporate, to wherever you wish. So thank you very much as you're going to watch me do it. All right, we're going to use, in the absence of fabric, I'm going to use a brown paper to illustrate this. Now you're going to use, if you're using a fabric, you're going to use 1 yard of fabric, and that 1 yard should be, if you're using by 36 inches by 60, you can use 1 yard depending on your size of your body. But if you're using Ankara for this illustration, or to make this skirt, you use like 1.5 yard so that it can enter you well. And for somebody that is a little bit chubby, you can use 2 yards of Ankara. First of all, I'll fold it into 2 like you've seen me do. Then I'll divide the paper into 2 equal parts. Since it's mainly for illustration, I just want you to have the idea of how to do it. So I'm dividing it into 2, but in the case of your own fabric, I think you don't have to divide it by 2 because it will be enough. And you fold it, you place the first one like this after folding it into 2. Then the first one, turn it like this, where you have the cut or the opening. The opening will face your opposite side, while this one, you now place it in such a way that the opening will face you. So this is how you place this place you're seeing here. This is 1 inch for your zipper allowance. Please don't forget to use your pin. Now use your pin to hold it down so that it will not shift. You use your pins to hold them down. Like I said, the space you're seeing there is your 1 inch for zip, where your zip is going to pass. And you have it relaxed now. All your measurement, like I said, if you followed my last video, is going to start from the side that has no cut. If you check, this has no cut, whereas this has. You're going to start from the space that has no cut. That's from the zipper allowance side to this other side. And as you can see also, my fabric is well folded into 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. The first thing you're going to do is to mark the full length. Now what we have here, like the measurement, is a full length, which is 18 inches. Now the hips line 8 inches, the waist 30, hips 38, then M. How to determine your M is your hips minus 2 will give you your M. That's the down part, how pencil you want it, like what I said in the previous video. So you're going to measure your full length. The full length there is 18 inches, 18. Then this is your 2 inches allowance, making it 20. We have our full length and then the 2 inches allowance for the bending. Now the next thing you're going to do is to mark your hips line. We'll mark our hip line. Like I said, our hip line is where you have from where your skirt is starting to your hip bone, and that is 8. You still mark it out. Mark the 8 out in a straight line using your ruler. On the after that, you mark your waist. Your waist, like I said, is 30. Waist of my client is 30, and every of the measurement, circumference measurement, will be divided by 4. Now 30 divided by 4, if you fold your tape into 2, you can fold your tape into 2, is 30. Then you fold it again into 4. You have 7.5. Then you mark it out 7.5. Then you add your allowance of 3 inches. Please don't use 2. I'll tell you the reason why I said you shouldn't use 2. Now you add your allowance of 3 inches. You do same to your hips. The hips here was 38. You fold your tape into 4. You divide it. Then you have 9.5 for the 38. Then you still add additional allowance of 3 inches. Like I said, the M here will be 38 minus 2. That's your hips minus 2. That will be 36. 36 you now mark divided by 4. All your measurement, circumference measurement should be divided by 4. You have 9. And you add additional allowance of 2 inches as well. 3 inches as well, sorry. So you now connect the lines right from where you have your hips. So you can use your hips curve if you have one. Connect it. Then you take it down to where you have the M. This is how it will look like. This is your pencil skirt, normal. Now we're going to insert the that, as I said. Don't fail to understand to connect your real shape as well. This is where you have your real shape and your allowance. This is where you have the real shape. You're still connecting it. This is the real shape from here to here, and this is the allowance. Why I decided to put this 3 inches allowance is for the knocking behind. Since I'm bringing out the 4 at the same time, I'm not separating, maybe marking the measuring the front separately and the back separately. That's why I added this 3 inches allowance. That's 1. 2. The second reason is for the princess that we're going to insert, so that after holding it, you won't find it hard that it becomes too small, or maybe the fabric becomes too small that it won't enter you. So that's why I added this extra allowance. Now you're going to insert the princess dart. Like I said, the princess dart here, how to determine it is your hip line divided by 2. In this case, the hip line of the person is 8. You divide it by 2, you have 4. This way you're going to mark it. This is where you mark your 4. Your 4, you mark it out. Then you now determine the person's nipple to nipple. That's how to have the person's dart. Like here in my own client's own, it's going to be 3.5. And nipple to nipple here is 7. 7 divided by 2 is 3.5. This is 7. Divided by 2 is 3.5. So we are going to add ½ inches for that, makes it 4. That's why we're adding that half for sewing allowance. So you're going to take here 4, mark it out. 4, you mark it out also here 4. Then you try to connect it slantly to where you have the 4. You connect the line. It's not mandatory that you have to connect the line to meet up with the first one you draw. So provided you have the princess dart effect, like what you've seen, that's the curve, the princess dart, right from your hips bone, or maybe on top here, right from your 4 till you slip it down. That's the princess dart. If you still want to add your own dart, this does not affect your real dart. You can also add your real dart, normal dart, in which we take from the waist. You can also mark it like what I said. My dart to dart is what? 7. I add ½ inch also for allowance, so I make it 4. You can take it like what I said. Your dart will stop 1 inch above my hip line, which is 8 minus 1. We have here 7. So we take it the line straight, we connect it. But in most cases, then you add half here, mark here half, mark here half, then connect it to the center here. Connect it, then do same to this other side. and you have your dart there. You can still put your dart, normal dart, and still put your princess dart. It's all left on what you desire, what you want. But today I just wanted to show you the illustration of your princess dart. So we are going to cut it out to see the effect. So we start from where you have your this thing, you cut it out from your allowance, where you have your allowance. And you cut the princess dart out. You cut it and remain small down there. Don't cut everything out. You remain small down there and you unpin it. You see, like what I said, the normal dart there is not really effective. You can use only this. Our illustration today was mainly on the princess dart. So this is what you have. You open it up, is what you have. You can see it. You start from the down to join it till the upside, and same thing here. Start here also to join it. When placing it on the body, you have that princess dart look, that curvy look, kind of, to make it nice, like what you see on foreign skirts, foreign fabric, all those foreign skirts you've been seeing. That's what we have. Thank you very much. Hope you learned something. Please don't fail to click on the subscription button to subscribe.